Good morning, St. Nick's. Lovely to see you. This is our second assembly, so day 2 of our first week back at school. I hope you had a very lovely day yesterday. I have to say, as one of your teachers, it was so nice to see you all back in school after such a long time. It's something that we have all been working towards for ages, and to see you all there getting along together and seeing your friends and having fun was completely amazing. Now, I'm going to be doing assemblies for you. I'm going to be videoing mine. I'm not going to be doing live ones like Mr. Harvey. And I am carrying on this week from the assembly that you had yesterday. And I know that that was all about our school motto, Love Thy Neighbour. I'm going to read you a story in a minute, and I've chosen this story because I think that it really shows our motto of Love Thy Neighbour. And when I was thinking about this story, it really made me think about, do I know who my neighbours actually are? So do you think you know who your neighbours are? If someone said to you, who lives in the house next door to you? Or who lives the other side of you? Or do you know the person who lives across the road? Or maybe someone on the next street? Are there a little group of people on your road that you do know, and there may be lots of other people that you don't? So I think I was a little bit like that too. But one of the good things that has come out of the coronavirus for me is that I have been at home a little bit more, and I have got to see my neighbours more often, and I've got to walk past their houses while they've been there and speak to them as I've gone past. And now I know if I saw them that they are one of my neighbours, and I would stop and chat to them. Maybe that has happened to you. So the story that I'm going to read you today, some of you may have read before, and it's all about the importance of knowing your neighbours. The story is Mr. Big. Now it's all about Mr. Big. He was so big that anywhere that he went, all everyone saw was someone who was really big and really scary. No one stuck around to find out who he really was. So inside, Mr. Big felt really, really, really small. And that's how it always was. When Mr. Big went to the cafe, everyone else suddenly had other things to do. When Mr. Big got on the bus, everyone else suddenly got off the bus. And when he went to the pool, well, let's just say everyone suddenly needed to be somewhere else. No one ever saw the real Mr. Big. One day, Mr. Big noticed a piano in a shop window, and it looked all alone, just like he was. So he bought it and he took it home. As Mr. Big sat all alone at the piano, he thought of all of the things that made him sad, and then he played his beautiful music. His music drifted. It drifted all through the open window and into the evening sky. It drifted across the rooftops, over to his neighbours, and they wondered who was playing such beautiful music. The word spread, and night after night everyone came from all over town, and still no one knew who was playing. It was a big mystery. But inside, Mr. Big was still all alone. And then, one morning, Mr. Big received his first ever letter. It was an invitation, and it said, "Dear mystery pianist, thank you for your beautiful music. Everyone's been listening to you for weeks, and we're all wondering just one thing. Who are you? We would love to meet you. Me and a couple of the guys are playing tonight at the Blue Note. Please come and join our band. Will I see you later? A friend." That night, Mr. Big joined the band. All night long, the joint was jumping and nobody wanted to leave. At last, everyone could see the real Mr. Big. Now that the big band has hit the big time and everyone wants to meet them, Mr. Big has a new problem. He doesn't get much time to be alone. But that is just the way he likes it. Now Now, why do you think I've chosen that book to represent Love Thy Neighbour? So you could always stop at this point and have a little chat amongst yourselves in your class. So I did it because I thought it really represented, one, how important it is that we know who our neighbours are, but also how important it is to be that person that reaches out to somebody to help somebody. So Mr. Big only wanted a friend. He wanted someone to stop and talk to him, or he wanted someone to be polite to him or not leave when he got to a place, and nobody did that. Until that one person wrote him that letter, that invitation, and invited him to come and play the piano. And ever since that, he's found that he has lots of neighbours and lots of friends and lots of people that want to be with him. So he's gone from a sad Mr. Big to a really happy Mr. Big, just through somebody talking to him and giving him an invitation. Now that's a really easy thing to do, and something that I know you can all do. So it might not be with your neighbours at home, it might be with the people sat around you. Some of you are maybe, especially in year 3, I think there are some new people in your classes that may have come from other year groups, from other schools. And so it might be that you need to reach out to them and make friends with them to make them feel happy. Or just maybe seeing all of your friends in school again, reaching out to those people that you haven't seen for such a long time. Right, we're going to say a prayer. Close your eyes. Dear God, let us try to be thoughtful in whatever we do. Teach us to be helpful and supportive to others. Help us to help others, not for the reward that it brings, but because we know we are doing the right thing. Lord of the loving heart, may mine be loving too. Lord of the gentle hands, may mine be gentle too. Lord of the willing feet, may mine be willing too. So may I grow more like you in all I say and all I do. Amen. Right, Zenix, I hope you have a very lovely second day at school, and I will see you in assembly next week.